Hi guys, I'm back with another redesign video. This time I'm going to be redesigning characters from Steven Universe, specifically characters for the new spin-off Lars of the Stars. First off, I do know I haven't posted a video like this since my first redesign video, which was the Vampire Diaries redesign. I've just been in a creative drought recently, and I haven't really found what I want to post because I have a lot of ideas, and hopefully after this video comes out, I can start working on those and get more redesign videos out for you guys. So this first video is going to be, like I said, a Lars of the Stars redesign video, and you might be thinking, how exactly am I going to do that, considering we have next to no information about Lars of the Stars, and we haven't even seen the characters that are going to be in it. I mean, obviously it's going to be the off-colors and Lars, but other than that, we don't know anything. So this video is honestly just an excuse for me to draw gems and make my own gems. So that's basically what I'm doing. I got a short list of just antagonists I could see being in Lars of the Stars, and antagonists and I guess kind of redeemed antagonists. You'll see when I'm drawing, but I kind of made my own little narrative of what could be a part of Lars of the Stars. This is a very big if, because we truly don't know any information about it yet. But it's fun to speculate, and it's fun to just draw the gems. And lastly, before we get into the video, once again, this isn't scripted. I might make a script for a video one day, a bigger redesign video. This is pretty chill and informal, I guess. It's just me making little designs. Maybe if I do a video that has in-depth backstory about characters, then I would make a script. But for this, we're just gonna have fun with it. So yeah, let's get into these redesigns. So first, obviously, we have Emerald. She was the first gem that I wanted to redesign for this video because I see her being the main antagonist, at least for if we get multiple seasons of Lars of the Stars, hopefully, I do see Emerald being kind of the first antagonist that we go up against, because in their sort of pilot episode in Steven Universe, Emerald was the main focus, and I feel like bringing her back would connect well with the audience, and I'm pretty sure it's been confirmed that Emerald's voice actor is a part of Lars of the Stars and probably playing a big role.
Lars of the Stars, when that comes to fruition, you might be hearing a recurring Emerald appearance, so...
Yeah. So her as the first villain would just feel natural. I also think it would be very interesting to see if they do end up redeeming Emerald or something, because honestly, in the new Era 3 of Steven Universe, I don't see Emerald being much of a threat, honestly. I don't know what she would be doing on it, to be honest. I don't know what she would be doing that's such a threat that she has to be redeemed. I feel like she would just be kind of a rival to Lars, because I don't really remember the episode that much, but I'm pretty sure all she cared about was just space racing or whatever. But it would be cool to see her have I guess a rival tension with Lars being a space captain, and just see that evolve into maybe a friendship over time. I think that would be cool. I also think she could have a lot to do with the overall lore of Lars of the Stars, because being a high-ranking gem, I have to assume that she knows a lot about the Gem Empire and maybe even Diamond secrets, because I'm pretty sure as an Emerald, she's second in command to the Diamonds. Obviously, they would never have put her in charge, but if something were to go wrong on Homeworld back in Era 1 or Era 2, I'm pretty sure that Emeralds would be next in line to be the leaders. So it would just be interesting to see the history of Gemkind from such a high-ranking gem, and how she sees everything in Era 3. And lastly, for Emerald's design, Emerald's design was probably the hardest for me to actually draw, at least in the sketching phase, because Emerald's just not a gem that, like, I've drawn a lot. I think I've drawn her maybe, like, once or twice before this, and she already has a canon design that I didn't want to stray too far from, because I like it and it works, but I also wanted to do something new. So really the only main changes are her leg armor thingies, and then, like, her torso armor, chest armor, I don't know. But anyways, that is my redesign for Emerald, so let me know what you guys think. Okay, next we have a collection of gems. I decided to draw a trio of garnets, Homeworld Garnets, basically, a pyrope, a demantoid, and a hessonite. We've seen them in the games before. I don't think we've seen them in anything else other than the games. Maybe we've seen hessonite in the show. I think we actually did see hessonite in the show, but it was like during a flashback, and not even like a real flashback. It was like during that, like, drawing that centipedal, like when Steven healed her, like, partially, we saw hessonite, I'm pretty sure. But basically I made like a little trio of garnets, of like high-ranking garnets, because I feel like it would be so fun to have a kind of Heathers or Mean Girls inspired trio of antagonists and see how, like, that operates, and how, like, I think their whole thing would be wanting Era 3 to go, not wanting Era 2 back or Era 1 back, where they're on top and not everybody is equal to each other. Like, they would want their pearls back, they would want their ruby guards, everything that they had back, and obviously their weapons. I don't know if they would still have them, because I'm pretty sure, like, Steven, like, took away all of, like, gym weapons or whatever, but I think they could still, like, summon them on their own. So either way, they would still want their, like, their power and their status, which was stripped from them. But yeah, I really added them because I want there to be more of an emphasis on, like, how Era 3 has affected high-ranking gyms, because we did see it with Aquamarine and Eyeball. Eyeball's not a high-ranking gem, but at least Aquamarine is, and she totally hates Steven. They both hate Steven, and they vowed to get revenge on him, and that's why they ended up fusing. I think it would be a lot cooler to see high-ranking gems kind of going against the new rules of Era 3 and actively trying to maybe sabotage it, or even rise in power as kind of like diamonds in their own sense. Obviously, they wouldn't be as powerful as the diamonds, but since this new era is an era of peace, I think it could be possible that we could see a kind of civil war type of thing, where the gems who want things to go back to how it was, they kind of rally up and decide that maybe they are going to go to, like, a different part of the galaxy, or have their own colonies and do things the way that they want. Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of gems who would fall back in line because that's what they felt comfortable with. And I think having, like, a trio of garnets would be a way to, like, raise and keep the tensions high for the off colors going against such high-ranking gems, in terms of, like, just fighting normal guards or whatever. So obviously I didn't make, like, a whole fanfic or anything or write notes about these gems. It's just based off of, like, off the dome basically, and just my general thoughts while making them. So Pyrope, I wanted her to have, like, a snobby kind of princess vibe, because she's obviously, like, the head antagonist of the three, and she's kind of like the Heather Chandler, and obviously, like, the red. So yeah. With the Demantoid, she's, like, the second in line, I guess, the Heather Duke. And I wanted to convey that in her outfit being kind of like an army general. She's good at following orders and follows all of Pyrope's orders, and that's what makes her such a good second in command. I would also probably see her as being, like, the muscle of the group. Like, she's kind of like that strong, silent type that is used for the actual, like, physical battles. Next, we have Hessonite, who, unlike her game counterpart, is, like, the most timid of the group. Obviously basing her off of Heather McNamara, I wanted her to be the nicest out of the group. She's obviously still a villain, but if they were to be redeemed, she would be the first one redeemed and probably stay redeemed. Like, she would probably become one of the off colors. So yeah, these are my 3 garnets: pyrope, demantoid, and hessonite. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about these designs and my kind of pitch for what their personalities could be. Okay, last but not least, we have who I was probably like the most excited for in this video. We have Jasper. Okay, so I added Jasper in here because I think they have a great chance to put her in this show and actually have her character be great. Because in the base show of Steven Universe and Future, I don't think I don't think that Jasper was utilized to her fullest potential. I think she was heavily sidelined after a while, and her role in Future, and obviously I don't think it's due to the fault of the Crewniverse necessarily. I think it's like Cartoon Network's fault for canceling the show. But her role in Future was very minimized to what I thought it was gonna be. Like, I thought she was gonna have more of a hand in coaching Steven, and they were gonna focus more on that. But she only had, I think, 2 episodes about her, maybe 3. I don't remember. I think it was only 2. But in here, I would like Jasper to be a main character, actually. And I feel like it could work perfectly, given that at the end of Steven Universe Future, Jasper wanted to... I think she wanted to go with Steven and, like, travel with him because she had no purpose. And Steven basically, like, told her, like, no, no, you're not going to do that. You got to go do your own thing. I can't choose that for you. So I think it would be nice to see Jasper kind of be a part of, like, the off colors and their space adventures. And I only say this because, like, she could be the muscle of the off colors. If they need to fight anything or anyone, Jasper is, like, great at that. Because as of right now, I don't think anyone on the off colors can really fight. Obviously Lars has his, like, lion powers, I guess, but we haven't even seen that before. And then I'm pretty sure those off colors cannot fight. I don't know, they just don't look like they have hands. So adding Jasper to be the muscle of the group just makes it perfect. And I think she could have her own, like, self-discovery arc about her own, like, prejudice on gems and how they're supposed to be versus how they come out. Because honestly, like, yeah, Jasper was the perfect court soldier, but now she's very much an off color in 2 ways. She's not only, like, off color from corruption, but also from being literally shattered. Like, her form is different because she was shattered. So she's more off color than the actual off colors. So I feel like her realizing that would kind of would definitely humble her. And I could see her, you know, going through this, like, journey of accepting others and, you know, accepting everyone for who they are and not being so judgmental and, like, bitchy about it. So I just personally, I think that would be cool. And in my design, I think it would be so cool if she had, like, a space pirate vibe, kind of like Lars and Emerald. Emerald, I don't feel like gives, like, space pirate for real, but, like, space, like, captain. While Jasper, like, she's a space pirate. Like, the bandages on her arm, and then, like, the boots and the jacket, and the fur, and then the armor. I just think it would be so cool and look so cool with her helmet and her horns. Like, she needs to be a space pirate. Let her be a space pirate. Also, if we do get cameos from the diamonds, I think it would be really cool to see just how, like, much trauma Jasper had to endure, because I'm pretty sure we would get flashbacks of these characters, and it would be nice to see, like, what exactly Jasper endured, you know, transferring from Pink Diamond's court to Yellow Diamond's, and how she was expected to be this perfect soldier, all that. But yeah, I kind of, like, ran over the time, so you've just been, like, staring at this image of Jasper. But yeah, that's my redesign for Jasper and what I think she would be like in Lars of the Stars if she was in it, and if she was a space pirate. Please be a space pirate. Like, space pirate Jasper, we need that. Everybody needs it, and if you say you don't need it, you're lying. So this has been my redesign video for Lars of the Stars, and kind of just, I guess, a concept and, like, maybe even theory video. I don't feel like these were theories. This was just, like, my wish list for Lars of the Stars, honestly, because I don't know if any of that would happen. I just think it would be cool. I might make like a theory video on it, honestly, and like draw it out, like what could happen. I could do that if you guys want it, but we'll see. I would like to do a part 2 of this, honestly. Maybe like redesigning the off colors if they have new reformations, and maybe even more gyms we might see. Who knows? Who knows? It's all up to you guys, what you guys want to see. But yeah, hopefully I will be able to make some more animatics and then come up with some new design videos that, you know, aren't Steven Universe, because I want to be well-rounded and do a bunch of different things. So, we'll see what happens, but thank you guys for watching and listening to me yap. Hopefully you guys were like, I don't know, got some snacks and maybe made some art for yourself too while watching. But yeah, anyways, bye guys. I'll see you in the next one.